Hey, how's it going? It's Keith Townsend from the CTOadvisor.com with today's CTO Daily Dose. Believe it or not, it's already sweater time here in Chicago. I got off the plane from VMworld today and a little chilly. So, we're going to talk about digital transformation. One of the outputs from VMworld 2017 was a lot of engineers, not just engineers, a lot of technical people, really smart technical people that I respect, walked away saying, "What is digital transformation? That just sounds like a buzzword similar to software defined data center. Isn't the data center run by software already?" So we've had the argument about software defined data center. It is a thing. Digital transformation is a thing. And we're going to start the conversation actually off with a industry that went through a digital transformation and still got disrupted, or at least is in the process of being disrupted. So we're going to talk about the hotel industry. Industry that's been around for basically hundreds of years. And the hotel industry in itself hasn't really changed. There hasn't been up to the until the past few years any real innovation in the service of delivering hotel rooms. However, the back end of it has really changed a lot over the years, which has enabled tremendous growth. And we're going to just talk about the advantages of technology. So let's take one of my favorite chains, Hilton Hotels, because I started there as a housekeeper. They went on this buying spree where they bought a bunch of brands and properties. They were able to do this because of their back end IT infrastructure. Hilton had one of the most advanced reservation systems in the world. You could call up a reservation agent here in Chicago, which I was stationed out of, and make a reservation for any Hilton in the world. This was all due to just a major investment in really what we consider today very legacy infrastructure. However, there was a bit of friction between the reservation agent, which is the role that I played, and the consumer looking to reserve a hotel room. If a consumer wanted to reserve a hotel room, there was no website you could go to. You basically have to go to a reservations agent, talk to the reservations agent access the back end IT systems, and then reserve the block of rooms for the customer. Obviously, there's some inefficiency in this model. So, what the hotel industry did was that they were one of the first industries to embrace digital transformation. Instead of having a layer of technology in between the user or the consumer and the actual product, they put the technology closer to both the product and the end consumer. So as a consumer, I could just go to my mobile phone, my web page, and web pages for years. The hotel industry has allowed this digital transformation where, as a consumer, I could replace the reservations agent. I could go to a website, access the technology directly to book a room anywhere in the world. So the hotel industry has been digitally transformed way before there was a concept of cloud computing and PaaS, IaaS, etc., etc. They've embraced this concept of being able to use their back end technology, exposing that back end to the end user of their service, and reducing the friction in between the user and the service. Now, of course, Airbnb has taken this idea to the extreme, and they've used technology to not just disaggregate the user experience, but also the inventory. They've enlisted a ton more providers and allowed this B2B transaction where a consumer can be a provider or a provider can be a consumer. And now the hotels have to compete with not just a digitally transformed organization, but a innovative organization. So the ideal is digital transformation is not just about technology. It is about enabling business processes that didn't exist before. For the hotel industry, there was two innovations over the past basically 15 years. The first innovation was the removal of friction between the user and the inventory by enabling this layer of technology. The second innovation was to use that very same technology to create new competitors and a new model of product in the industry. So, two major innovations, but that didn't stop the hotel industry itself from being disrupted by other organizations that use digital technology. So, digital transformation, in simple terms, is about reducing the friction between the consumer of a product and the product in itself. It may in turn create new product categories such as Airbnb or Uber and a ton of other sharing economy technologies. For older industries such as GE and their IoT and industrial, that may mean that they may have to transform to enable those big hard machines to talk to the technology so that the end user or the consumer has a better experience with that analog product. That's it for this episode of the CTO Advisor Daily Dose. I hope this helped. If it didn't, you know what? Look me up on LinkedIn, Keith Townsend on LinkedIn. I'll have this video posted. We can have a conversation. You can reach out to me and we can have this discussion even further. Or visit me on the web, thectoadvisor.com, or on Twitter at CTO Advisor. Talk to you guys next CTO Daily Dose.